The atrocities committed in the Ukrainian town of Bucha and other locations shocked the world this week, as now more than 4.5 million Ukrainians have fled their homeland as a result of the Russian invasion. Millions more are internally displaced and remain in harm's way. Americans continue to step up to help. One former governor has now traveled to the region twice to bring aid. Joining me now is former three-term governor of the state of New York and former presidential candidate George Pataki. Governor, good to see you.
Tom, you got a great show. Always good being on with you.
Thank you, sir. Governor, your foundation has brought more than 30 tons of food to the refugees. Tell us about your firsthand experience being there in the midst of this crisis.
Well, you know, Tom, it's just so sad to see. And in the one province in Ukraine that we visited a couple of times, there are over 500,000 refugees.
Wow.
And everyone knows about the refugees in Poland and Hungary and Moldova. But there are over 6 million displaced people in Ukraine itself who can't get across that border. So what we're doing is taking in supplies, food, medicine, and now we're building houses in Ukraine. We're up to 70 tons of food we've taken in. And just on Monday, we built the first of 4 housing units, of 20 housing units, to take people from the floor of a factory into a unit where they have heat, light, and comfort. So there's a lot to be done. You don't see any Western aid agencies inside Ukraine itself. So we're going to keep going back and looking to do more to help these really, really poor, suffering people who have gotten such little help.
Governor, you've done so much together with your team, but you helped rebuild New York after 9/11, and you are trying to work with the Ukrainian government on a recovery plan as well to help rebuild the war-torn country. Talk to us about that.
Well, you're right. After September 11th, we needed assistance, federal help, to rebuild Lower Manhattan, and we created an authority to take those funds and to spend them intelligently. And I think anybody who visits Lower Manhattan today, where was the site of ground zero, now will look and say, wow, what a great job. So I have talked to the Ukrainian government, to President Zelensky's top officials, about working with them to put in place a similar development authority so that they can access funds from the United States, funds from the EU, and use them in an intelligent way to begin the process of reconstructing Ukraine. You know, the war is the top priority. Whenever we talk to anyone, it's all we need more weapons. We need more advanced weapons. We need to be able to prevent the Russians from destroying our cities and killing civilians. But after that, at the same time, they're saying we're going to rebuild. And our team is going to do everything in our power to help them rebuild.
Governor, you've been in war zones. I was with you when you visited Baghdad. From what you're seeing and hearing from the people in the region, have you personally ever really seen anything like this before?
You know, Tom, there's never been devastation like this. You know, after September 11th, Lower Manhattan, ground zero was devastated, thousands of lives lost. It's nothing like this. Here you have millions, literally millions, probably more than 10 million people now who've had their homes destroyed, apartments destroyed, families torn apart. The devastation I don't think anybody's seen since World War II. And certainly we need to help the Ukrainians win this war with more advanced weaponry. And that's the most important message. But at the same time, what my team is doing is humanitarian aid, bringing food, bringing housing. Just, Tom, one example. Today, yesterday, actually, we started taking 10 housing units into Bucha itself, the scene of that horrific war crime. The Ukrainian government wants to put these units up to show the world that they're coming back. And we're going to do everything in our power to help them do that.
All right, real quick, Governor, how can people support your effort? Where can they go?
You know, we have this little charity, nobody heard of it. We were focusing on September 11th, but we have a new cause, and that's to help the people of Ukraine. GeorgePatakiCenter.com. It's donations of people who care that have allowed us to do this, and we're going to keep doing it. Thank you, Tom.
Terrific. Governor Pataki, thank you so much for being here and for your leadership in helping the people of Ukraine.